Ahoy, landlubbers! It's Josh Thomas here from thebitblock.com to bring you through our Wet n Wild video review for The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD on Wii U. As far as gameplay goes, Wind Waker HD is filled with everything you'd want out of a Zelda experience. It's a big epic adventure, there's loads of sword combat and unique enemies, as well as plenty of traditional and new items to assist you on your journey. And naturally, there's lots of clever puzzle solving as well. What sets Wind Waker HD apart from any other Zelda title is that everything revolves around the ocean, and you'll use a sailboat as transportation to sail to each and every location. Personally, I love this, and I don't know, I just think it creates such a really fresh experience for the series. Wind Waker HD is of course an updated re-release of the classic Nintendo GameCube game, and the Wii U's fancy gamepad controller offers up some very unique gameplay features. So first of all, as you can see, loads of useful information is now featured on the controller screen. To equip your weapons, it's now a simple matter of touching their icon and dragging it over to a button. Your map is also very conveniently located on the controller screen as well. To learn about each section, all you have to do is touch it. You can even cycle through your sea charts here. The map is actually, amazingly well implemented on the gamepad. Some additional gamepad-specific controls include aiming your weapons with motion control, and to be honest with you, I really believe that all aiming in basically every video game should be done with motion nowadays. It just feels very natural and accurate. Because the game's pause menu is now always active on the touchscreen, the game flows very well. You'll often find yourself managing items, maybe checking your sea charts, treasures, and so on while you sail across the ocean. So really, multitasking is greatly improved here. Wind Waker HD, of course, features the musical instrument known as the Wind Waker. By conducting simple notes, you can affect many different things. Here on the Wii U, your songs are all displayed on the gamepad while you're conducting. This is great because you'll always remember the melodies. You can even touch the screen to conduct along with Link, which is, pretty nifty, because it's like your stylus is your own little Wind Waker. These brand new Tingle Bottles allow players to communicate through Miiverse via the actual game world. They'll wash up on shore, and when you pick them up, you can see a message from another player. Alternatively, you can of course create your own bottles and toss them into the ocean for other players to find. It's a cute little additional idea, and I really like it. Another great update is the Swift Sail. Basically, after winning this at the auction house, you can sail twice the speed. It's great because it also means you don't have to constantly change the wind direction while you're sailing. And finally, as with a lot of Wii U games, you can play everything just on the gamepad screen alone without using the TV. Frankly, I'm not really a fan of this feature, and I prefer to just play on a big television screen. It also means that if you do this, it takes away a lot of the multitasking elements. Between all of the great new gamepad functionalities, the puzzle solving, cool weapons and items, and the fantastic adventurous feel that you get from sailing the massive ocean, Wind Waker HD has some pretty fantastic gameplay. The world and characters here are unlike any other video game. There's a truly unique atmosphere in Wind Waker HD, and it definitely stems from the brilliant cel-shaded art style. This HD version of the game takes the source material and adds in greatly improved lighting and shadows. Some of the materials have also been repainted to be a little bit higher quality. Sailing across the expansive ocean is just absolutely gorgeous, whether it be a bright and sunny day, a golden end-of-day sunset, or a calm, star-filled night. Even the spooky thunderstorm is beyond beautiful in this game. No other video game has captured the look and the feel of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. It's so gorgeous, and it captures such a unique atmosphere. It does some pretty good things to my insides. Whether you're in a dark, damp dungeon, high atop a grassy mountain, the scalding lava caverns, or exploring an island town, you're sure to just be constantly wowed by the breathtaking visuals. It's also worth pointing out that sometimes, the frame rate can dip during a boss battle. Given the fact Wii U is a pretty darn powerful machine, it's a bit unfortunate to see. It's not a huge issue, but something you'll maybe see a couple times. It is pretty rare to see a video game that is over 10 years old still look as pretty as Wind Waker. The addition of widescreen and HD make a perfect match here. I think this game proves that art style is timeless. I strongly believe that The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD has some of the best sound effects of any Zelda game in the entire series. The enemies all make some pretty unique noises. Some of them are silly, and some of them are scary. In fact, almost every character has some kind of unique sound associated with them. I really like how the little Karoks sound like ice cubes in a glass of iced tea. I don't know. It's also really rewarding how every time you hit an enemy with your sword, you'll hear a music note. It makes the combat more exciting. The soundtrack is pretty great as well, and it features some really memorable bits of music. Nintendo has even slightly updated some of the music to sound a bit higher quality. The ocean theme in particular is perfect, and it really gets you pumped up for some sailing. I really can't think of any music tracks here that are actually disappointing. A lot of the main islands have a very whimsical sound, boss battles give off intense vibes, and the very subtle ambient tracks that play in some of the dungeons are just beyond amazing. As with every Zelda title, Wind Waker HD is a big, lengthy adventure game. You'll spend probably about 24 hours trying to complete everything here. And if you're up for a greater challenge, Wind Waker HD offers a hero mode which drastically increases the game's challenge by doubling the damage you take from enemies and ridding recovery hearts from the world. Let's just say it's far, far from easy. The original Triforce quest, which occurs towards the end of the game, has been greatly improved here. Instead of rewarding you with a sea chart to then find the Triforce piece, you'll usually just get the Triforce piece straight away. There's definitely a bunch of islands to visit across the large ocean. Some are big and some are small, but they all serve their own little purpose. Additional enemies, sunken treasure, ships, and characters can also be discovered on the sea. Wind Waker HD has lots of side quests to take on, and for the most part, they're all really clever and unique. This is Zelda, so naturally, there's loads of replay value. The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker has always been my favorite Zelda game. It's certainly the most unique title in the series, in my opinion. The team definitely took some risks here. I absolutely love the idea of sailing across an ocean that connects so many worlds together. And those worlds are populated by some very lovable, confusing, and deep characters. There's a definite sense of adventure that no other game has recaptured for me. Even though the game could have used maybe a couple more dungeons, what is here is fantastic and very memorable. The boss battles are quite interesting as well. Originally on GameCube, they may have felt a bit easy, but now you can play on Hero Mode, and trust me, they're not so easy anymore. Wind Waker HD takes one of the best Zelda experiences. It polishes up the visuals, adds in new features, and incorporates really useful gamepad functionality. It's definitely right at home on Wii U. Even nearly 15 years later, this game continues to prove its brilliance. The BitBlock is rewarding Wind Waker HD with a 9.5 out of 10.